2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 2. Codex. Renaissance.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a very surprising winners match here. RagnaroK versus SpeCiaL.
What in
Okay.
That means SOS or TY is going to fall first. This is just a trend this season. We are having the players that generally always go far go out really quickly.
I would love to see SpeCiaL win here. My non-Korean bias is kicking in.
Yeah.
Get ready for the most biased cast of your life.
Okay.
RagnaroK fans, come at me on Twitter. Let's go.
This is exciting, though, man. Seriously, it is TVZ. We just saw that RagnaroK is in great shape. He did a fine job there against TY. His macro was super on point. His creep start was amazing. He really played well.
Is SpeCiaL better with battlecruisers than TY?
We are about to find out about that.
We'll find out which player is the Ken battlecruiser player and which player is the Ryu battlecruiser player. Or maybe Juanito is the Akuma battlecruiser player.
I think that all battlecruiser players are Dulcine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree on that.
Yeah.
Games 1 is King's Cove. Again, the winner of this gets the second to last spot in the round of 16 of the GSL.
Storm Gaming. RagnaroK. Ocean Gaming. SpeCiaL.
I'm just excited to see more BCs. That's what I'm hoping for. If TY does it, you know SpeCiaL does it, because they are good friends. They talk to each other all the time, share a lot of strategies and things like that.
Yeah.
So if TY thinks it's good, SpeCiAL thinks it's good.
You know, the funny thing about the TY games was that, you know, the battlecruisers were working, but I think he threw away other units. He just kind of, he wasn't appreciating where the Zerg was tempo-wise in the game. You know, Zerg, for instance, got all those mutas out, and then he pushed anyways, and the mutas just killed everything on the ground.
His openers were amazing, and then he screwed up other parts of it. But the openers were really good. And here's the thing. If SpeCiAL is doing the same types of builds, which I bet you he is, he learned a lot about the way RagnaroK wants to play against this. A Baneling Nest, possible counters with Lingbane, possible Nidus, lots of queens. Oh, cute little baby. I want battle cruisers.
I want baby cruisers.
Baby cruisers.
Baby cruisers, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are called Banshee Stasis.
Yeah. Got a lot of people coming down today.
Yeah, it's actually quite busy in here.
Now, RagnaroK, let's talk about how he handled everything, you know, in those games. So if he survives the battlecruisers and he doesn't do an all-in, because his all-in didn't work, I don't know if he thinks it might work against SpeCiAL. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around battlecruiser versus Nidus network all-ins here. Basically what he does is he eats a lot of damage, but goes into Banelings and threatens a possible counterattack. And he eventually techs up to Mutalisks. And the Mutalisks basically make it because, first of all, they can directly fight the battlecruisers. And then second of all, the ground army the turn was making is not strong enough to combo with the battlecruisers to allow for a push. And Zerg tries to get a fourth and a fifth pretty quickly at that point in time. And from there, there's a lot of different ways you could tech. And we saw in one game he went for Broodlords and Vipers. In another game, he stayed heavy on layer tech and mass-produced Banelings. And when the push finally came from SpeCiAL, he was just able to deflect it. So I guess the question is, assuming that we're going to have something similar this time around here from SpeCiAL as far as technique, how is SpeCiAL at bringing this into a later game?
Yeah, I think that that's a pretty good assessment. And I think that just, again, especially because he got to see the way that RagnaroK played, it's going to give him a bit of an edge going into that later game. Let's see if this is, in fact, BC. There it is, BC. Let's do it. Okay. Now, he went third command center first. So, you know, it's King's Cove. It's kind of defendable.
We saw do this?
Yeah, I believe
so.
so. I think you're right, but I think he was going 2-port with it. Anyways, yeah, the BC, it's very exciting because it just flies over spores. Remember, it got between 2 spores and queens attacking, it got 11 drone kills in that previous game. So it definitely can do that crazy damage. But I did figure out, because I know Zergs are a little bit upset about the BCs and how much damage they do, I did figure out the counter during the commercial break. I was brainstorming.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so what you do is you rush up to Neural Parasite.
Okay.
As quickly as you can. Now, you might ask, but what will I kill it with when I steal? When I steal the battlecruiser, how do I deal the damage? Because I rush to Neural Parasite, I don't really have a lot else. Well, you don't kill it, you silly butt. What you do is you make it jump back to the corner of Terran space.
Exactly.
And you're set.
Just like it's a demon you're trying to banish back into hell.
And by the time it gets back across the map, you have another Neural, and you jump it back.
And the whole metagame is just you chucking battlecruisers coming at you like zombies.
Yeah.
When
a problem is that difficult, don't deal with it, avoid
it. Just like you would in real life, right?
Just like you would in real life. Okay, so Yamato on the way. SpeCiaL is giving no quarter here.
Wow.
Factories as well, going into mech. Oh, this is my favorite.
Warren coming down here for the Zerg.
Yeah, gets a pretty good scout as to what's going on. Throws down his Spire as well. You see that Yamato. Of course, there's going to be another battlecruiser as well.
The Hellions will probably hit in around the same time the battlecruiser gets ready to fly in. The question is Zerg going to be able to defend against all of this? Okay, here we go. Right over the natural.
Look at that. Shift clicks all those drones, no problem. The Hellions harassing at the same time. He's actually attacking the Spore, which I don't think is what he's actually wanting to do here. Obviously, killing some extra drones would be a bit better.
It seems like he's a bit taxed as far as APM. Oh, gets the Spore, though.
Going to get an Overlord here pretty easily. Yamato is about to finish, so then he'll be able to zap Queen with that. Or another Spore, of course.
Spire is about to finish. Zerg does have a decent amount of gas banked. We'll see how many mutas are going to be made here, and if it's enough to actually drive this away. The battlecruiser's already taken a decent amount of damage.
You think it'll definitely be mutas? Is there any chance of corruptors? Yeah, I think you're right. It has to be mutas.
I think it has to be mutas because the corruptors let you stop the battlecruiser and then lose to the ground army.
Yeah. Okay, some roaches being made. Armory's on the way here for SpeCiaL. That is a lot of Hellions.
Oh man, this is a lot of damage on all these workers.
Well, he actually does not kill as many workers as I thought he was right there. Ooh, I spoke too soon, perhaps.
Oh my gosh, 1 or 2 more shots and everything else is dead. 11 kills so far. Oh man, and we actually have corruptors, Artie.
Oh, okay. So it is going to be corruptors. They will fight better against the BCs, I guess. He's actually just flying that one home, but it kind of makes sense. He has a second BC. He could jump them together, and no force in the world is going to be able to stop that, right? Unless you rush to Neural.
You're so funny with that Neural. So this is a very novel approach compared to what we saw from RagnaroK in the previous TVZ.
Yeah, he is definitely adapting. Look at this, they're looking for the BC. It's not there, corruptors! Idiots.
Okay, more Ravagers being made.
Yeah, Roach Ravager Corruptor.
Now, in this period of time, it seems like Zerg can continue to grow on the map. You know, when you go for the battlecruisers, there is a point in time where Terran can't really push, right? You're relying on those battlecruisers doing all the damage in the game. Your Hellions, of course, as well, killing workers, but you don't have any kind of core army. You don't have any muscle that can push out across the map and fight their army. Instead, you've just been harassing up until that point, and you've been safe from counterattacks.
So right now, the BC's coming across, just flying across so that they can actually jump out. I like that a lot. Going to clear some creep. Yamato, a couple queens. Very nice. Corruptors come up, though. I think he's going to have to jump pretty quickly. One at a time, of course.
And goodbye. We have another battlecruiser coming up here.
Truly last second.
We still need to see
poison damage.
And the thing is, even though this looks kind of awkward to see in a StarCraft game, he does damage to that. He can go back home. He will repair those battlecruisers to full.
Yeah, and he just keeps making BCs as well. It's going up to 4. Eventually, the BCs will beat the Corruptors. Take my word for it.
The only thing I wonder, though, is does this give Zerg enough freedom to try to get the right army here? You know, most TVZs we're used to seeing the Terrans constantly pushing, trying to push back the creep and control the map. In this game, you know, I don't know. It feels weird, right? Here comes the first actual army that can try to poke, but it certainly can't sustain in a fight.
Well, it's such an interesting way that SpeCial's playing it. Like, him and TY both have similar ideas, but SpeCial is executing in a very different way here. The non-stop battlecruisers going into the mech, playing pretty passively overall. I'm very interested in it. You know, it seems like he's giving a little bit more room to RagnaroK, whereas TY was actually a little bit over-aggressive against RagnaroK. So I don't mind what SpeCial is doing here.
Here comes that attack now. Getting to the boiling point here as they're both maxing out.
Yeah, continually using these scans, clearing things up, getting those connections.
Were Ravagers the right choice here?
Where are his other BCs?
I guess with the Ravagers, he could try to run forward and then hit the tanks and run back.
Yeah.
And then the Hydras can do the rest of the damage. And the Hydras are going to be okay against the battlecruisers if you just have enough of them.
These Corruptors coming over here now as well.
Okay, so he sniped another tank. But there's more reinforcements coming in here.
Okay, actually just uses Yamato on some various units right there. Great blinding clouds coming down out of those Vipers. Though, look at this, the Corruptors jumping on top of the BCs. Loses one, jumps the other 3 out.
Oh my God, RagnaroK handles this with class, takes out the rest of the army. And even if the battlecruisers managed to survive, the tanks did not. That is a lot of lost push potential, and I think it should be pretty easy for RagnaroK to, if he wants to in a little bit, come up here and make sure that Terran can't get any more bases.
Yeah, I guess, you know, the BCs have to be repaired right now, and the siege tank count was certainly reduced. Seems like SpeCial is mostly making battle mechs still, so an attack with Hydra, Viper, Roach might be able to do something. We'll see, but SpeCial keeping this pressure on. There are Broodlords on the way. Wow.
Okay, these Broodlords are going to pop out. And it looks like with the number of Roaches and Hydras here, there's no way the Broodlords can be targeted. Again, maybe an inferior army here for the Terran. Now, we have more and more battlecruisers being made. It's 3 at a time at this point in time.
It's amazing. He has so many starports.
I'm still trying to get used to this, guys.
Okay, he has his jumps ready now. This is
Get your jumps ready.
Get your jumps ready. More Corruptors coming out. It means pathogen glands here for those infestors. It's a smart move. I don't think BCs care too much about that.
Yeah. Yep. Say it with me, or just yep.
Yeah.
And yep.
It's that has to be frustrating. They just fly in and kill stuff and go away.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Zerg still takes the lead, right? Look at the creep on the map. Zerg can take more bases. The battlecruisers, I believe, are more annoying than they are actually problematic.
SpeCial has 6 bases, so I think he's fine.
But he's not going to win in any of these pushes, right?
I think that the way, like, if he can, it feels to me, Tastes like a game that's going to go super long. Like, if SpeCial wins, it goes really, really, really long, because he has to grind out value over time with the BCs. Because
I think you're right. I like your point there.
Yeah, with the Infestors coming up, we saw, for instance, when Gumiho was doing this type of thing, specifically on this map, if you actually can Neural Parasite the BCs, at this point, you can definitely kill them off, right? So losing a BC is very, very bad. But if you kind of use your scans and stuff, you can locate where everything's at. You can still grind value out with this composition as SpeCial.
Once again, Cyclone Hellion moving down towards the bottom here. The Hydras eventually chase this away. You know, on a map this big, this is going to be a very interesting late game here. Now, even though we have battlecruisers coming out, you know, and getting superior value, Artosis, let's also point out that there's a lot of mech units just dying to Hydras here and not doing that much.
Yeah, I think he's trying to keep him a little bit busy.
Oh, Nidus denied.
So funny. It's like, oh, you think your Nidus is going to work? Oh my god, that's a lot of ECs.
Okay.
Now, Neuroparasite is done. I don't know how many infestors he has or where they're at the moment. My god.
This is insane how strong this is.
Yeah. Okay, he sees the infestors coming. He has to get out of here. Good fungal. All right, so he loses 1 BC, but he definitely did over 1 BC's value in damage. There's no question there.
He comes in there and just decimates everything at that base.
Yeah.
Upgrades.
He just keeps making BCs. I love the way he's using them.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I think an interesting thing to do right now might be to make some drop overlords and have them around. Because what SpeCiaL is doing is he's scanning, looking for infestors, right? So things like burrowing infestors underneath things, like underneath flying overlords, or putting them putting them in drop lords and things like that. Suddenly you're going to have SpeCiaL getting paranoid about where these infestors might be. That's the next meta shift. You watch, Tasteless.
Once again, this army's chased out here. It's difficult for Zerg to actually defend all these areas. Zerg has also not really been able to be on the offense at all. We saw the attempt at Nidus, didn't really do anything. And here we go. Actually, Roach has come out trying to do some damage up here, but with a planetary there, it's just not going to work. And once more, the battlecruisers are going to come in.
Oh, and look at that. Jumps out of the Nidus and does some neurals here. So that was pretty quick.
Well, this hatchery's going to go down again.
I think that was a really good idea. What we saw there is just SpeCiaL dealt with that very quickly. Lots more infestors on the way right now.
Burrow almost done.
Oh my god.
We have the Spire, another Spire, I should say, coming here.
It's got to neural one of those to attack the other one. Never.
So it seems like eventually Zerg is just going to have that bottom left base. Where's a good spot to try to Nidus this part of the map? God, the BC is getting so much value just killing these roaches.
Yeah, I guess the roaches technically don't matter, but like it's not as if RagnaroK has a big bank. You know, he doesn't need that roach supply cleared right now. Thing is, it doesn't seem like there's any way to even attack SpeCiaL. SpeCiaL just continues to build the fleet. Look at this fleet.
It's funny, you know, when you get this many battlecruisers, once they show up anywhere, look at how much destruction just happens.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Look at that. He can just move right out. It's like anything underneath those is dead.
Oh my gosh, is that going to be a sensor tower over there or a turret? I'm not sure, but that's kind of funny. He's building things in that area. All right, these Hellions and tanks just kind of being suicided onto bases at this point. Ah, there it is!
Oh!
There it is! Now that's the move. Oh.
But
okay, so he just jumped them somewhere to kill them. He jumped them on top of his broodlords. But a lot of Hydras here. Oh, don't even tell me they're just going to run away. I like this is great though. This is how you get the BCs.
it's so interesting.
You have to be a little bit creative with how you do it. Look at this. You're just scanning and killing those. Now, oh my god. BCs. They're so strong. They don't die.
I guess he's finally going to be able to kill this off. Now, Zerg lost a lot here, but, you know, for how long it takes to make battlecruisers, it's going to be a while before we ever have that many here again.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
never mind. They're just right there. What? What?
You're such a fool, Taste.
I thought they were all dead. Did enough actually get away?
Well, he just keeps making them.
How many starports does he have?
Here's the thing. You need to not kill these siege tanks and Hellbats. Because when you do, he just refills the supply with battlecruisers. See, what you need to do is neural the siege tanks and send them home.
Oh my God! He's just gonna do, it. I think
I thought this was gonna have to be more of a grind, but I guess not. Like this is.
Wow. Juanito.
Yeah.
SpeCiaL.
That was
He's
like
just
dominating.
a few more battle cruisers away from going on to the round of 16.
He's between 1 and 20 battle cruisers from a round of 16
That's right.
appearance.
Let's do this. Game number 2. The players are joining the lobby. We're going to be in Cyber Forest.
I tell you.
That's where they cut the trees down to make the battle cruisers.
Oh.
They start bending their wood.
Made out of cyberwood.
Cyberwood, man.
Okay, I want to see if he does a similar battlecruiser strategy here. I like the way that he did it more than TY by quite a bit, actually. The way he just keeps adding them and keeps going.
Yamato right away, too.
You can see RagnaroK, like the physical pain he's in right now. He's getting very creative with how he's utilizing his infestors. He's burrowing them. He's popping out on Niduses.
Yep.
He's trying to figure out how to kill them quickly. I think probably the ones you neural should Yamato each other instead of the ones that he can jump away, so maybe a small mistake there. Let's see what RagnaroK does against BCs this game.
Storm Gaming, RagnaroK. Ocean Gaming, SpeCiaL.
Ooh. I know he's going to go battle cruisers. It's just not even.
Oh, he has to.
He's very good with
That's
them.
actually now in the GSL rules. You have to go for battle cruisers in this matchup. Otherwise, we DQ you, and you're never allowed back in.
Yeah. I wonder if RagnaroK will just turn up the aggression or something. I'm not sure if he wants to play against that again.
Oh, it's a support for SC Boy.
Touch
oh,
yes. Ritual. Thank you for coming down,
That's
guys.
Right. Again, guys, after the show, meet us by those stinky garbage cans. That's where we come out of. We're done changing. When we get back into our civilian clothes, when our casting armor comes off. I'm kidding, guys. We don't have casting armor. In fact, when I sleep, I'm wearing casting pajamas, all right? Esports pilgrimage from Hong Kong. It's good having all of you guys down here. You did the right thing.
Well, it's a great day to come down as well. It's a fun group. We're having fun games. Not fun for Zerg players, but like for Terrans and Protosses, we're all enjoying it.
It's a good day if you're a battle cruiser as well.
Yeah.
If you command the battle cruiser or you work on the battle cruiser, maybe you build battle cruisers. Maybe you're a big Hyperion fan.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
a great battle
maybe
cruiser.
a fan of the NORAD 2 or the NORAD 1. By the way, whenever I see artwork of the battle cruiser, if you look at it a certain way, it looks like it's an upside-down screaming face when it's pointed towards you.
Yeah, I can't see it. Sorry, you're going to have to show me a picture.
I'll have to show you a picture. When it's pointed towards you, it's got two blue dots on the bottom right and the bottom left, and then it's got kind of this big opening on the front. But I see screaming upside-down face.
It's a little bit disturbing to me how many times you look at a map or a unit or something and see a screaming face, Tasteless. What does this say about you?
This is why I don't sleep well at night, Artosis.
Everything
It's why I
tortured.
sleep with the lights on.
Can't wait for this BC.
All right, get these BCs out.
100%.
I'm sick of these Hellions and Reapers. They don't have...
Remember when people were still making Banshees in this matchup?
I know. They're like, oh, this is the good flying unit because it can go invisible.
Yeah. Oh, it can move around a lot. Ooh, look at me. I was like, I got speed with it. Shut up.
Get out of here. There it is, the fusion core.
All right.
That's where they get those special cores to put in the battle cruisers, Artosis.
Oh, fusion core.
Tactical jump. There's something in the fusion core that gives it that too. That's where they work on it.
Yeah, the fusion core is such a cool building.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, is it ever cool.
Well, I mean, I feel like someone should make a dance or something for the Fusion Core.
Exactly.
You could do that, Tasteless. That could be you. That could be your thing.
Now he's making Cloak Arctos.
Yeah, it's just going to be canceled. It's
Is he a liar? And will he trick RagnaroK? Nah, see? Battlecruiser's coming.
See if Yamato gets upgraded here as well.
Now, a lot of times we got to make sure and see how many Hellions actually do damage up here.
I'm just staring at that BC, man.
Oh, same.
Oh, he's getting stim. What a coward. All right, Nidus on the way.
Nidus.
Oh, we get to see this again. So we saw this already, and that was the game TY won against RagnaroK, actually, when like 3 Niduses popped up in his base, and he lost most of his SCVs. That was the victory.
Still a weird game to look back on.
Yeah.
Do we see where he's going to bring it? I believe it's right down there in that blind spot area.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right about that for the first Nidus, and I'm sure we'll see him pop up multiples.
16 more Lings coming here. We are about to see this rush start.
Yeah, it's coming quick. I think he's feeling that may be the case. Look at these Marines get into position. Oh. Brutal. Bringing his SCVs too.
Yeah, this is not going to finish. This is going to be too much damage.
He's going to pop one at the natural next.
SCV is repairing. Now, by the way...
Yeah, he actually jumps over here. So this is the way to make him use up his jumps, I guess, is you spread Niduses out that he has to jump to kill.
Okay, so the Nidus is oh my god, it gets out, but not all the units are going to be able to get out. He can't reinforce this.
Tasteless.
Is there enough
The
SCVs
Queens
to
are trapped with the BC.
Yes.
The Queens are trapped. Why did they ever come through?
Look at this.
Oh
He's
my
actually
God.
going to slowly win this fight. The transfuses are almost done.
Look at RagnaroK start to hit the SCVs now, realizing.
Repair is a good ability.
My God.
Okay, Lings are going to come out. There are Hellions here to deal with this, but the anti-air is gone. The last of the Queens is killed.
Yeah.
We should have a few more Queens trying to run through.
SpeCiaL about to go to the round of 16.
So crazy.
SpeCiaL undefeated in GSL Code S Season 2 2019.
Yeah, this rush has been
A lot of SCVs dying. But I mean, eventually this BC is going to go across the map, Tasis, then what?
It's going to be bad, Artosis. I'm amazed that this is a holdable thing for Terran.
Oh, the BC went. There's a Spore here, so that's kind of annoying.
Terran does have stim.
Was he supposed to jump?
That's the big question.
I think maybe...
Because Lings are not going to be helping in defending the battlecruisers, so there's no reason for Zerg to ever try to stay back.
Queens don't help either, so he just sends those.
This thing is so low.
Yeah, time to go home. More units coming out, though. SpeCiaL does not have a whole lot right now.
You know what? Actually, I think SpeCiaL might have messed up.
Yeah, maybe.
GG. There it is. RagnaroK wins game 2. Wow. It turns out you can beat BCs with all-ins.
I don't know.
I felt like SpeCiaL made some bad decisions there
about these BC builds. I'm getting confused. The jump over before everything was cleaned up, maybe too early. Maybe he felt like he had to do that to have a chance. If there was no Spore at the natural, maybe it could have gone better. But he had so few units at home.
Okay, RagnaroK. The fate of Zerg rests on your shoulders.
Ooh,
Can you stop these BCs?
I tell you,
we've had more BCs made today than we have in some cases, years and years of GSLs.
Yeah. Well, BCs were really not used for a very long time. But they are back with a vengeance right now.
We're going to go to the final game with these two players. The winner will move on to the second remaining spot in the round of 16. The loser will go to our final match of the day. SpeCiaL, just like TY, has stayed very consistent in focusing on battlecruisers, abusing that tactical jump, going across the map, killing workers, and then jumping back out. RagnaroK has approached this from a variety of different angles that have worked. I guess we just got to see if it's going to work one more time as we go into game 3.
SpeCiaL Gaming, RagnaroK. Ocean Gaming, SpeCiaL.
All right. Just a countdown now to when that first BC comes out.
Nothing matters until that battlecruiser is in the game. Well, is there any chance that SpeCiaL decides to not go BCs? To be crazy and unorthodox and use Stim Marines? More Juanito support in the audience.
Would really love to see him get through here, Tasteless.
Oh, that's I got my fingers crossed.
He's got to go BCs if he wants to do it.
Those are the rules after all. Do you think we'll see the Unitas all in again here from RagnaroK? It
Definitely
seems like
could.
there's definitely like a system, like a series of points you want to hit that draw their army over here and then over there, and then eventually you get to the point where there's a soft spot in the Terran's defense so you can crack them open. But you know, does RagnaroK have a different series of patterns, popping Nitises over here and then coming out in this angle and hitting there, where he can mix it up? Or if Wano's seen this sequence once, can he just defend it, assuming it would be the same type?
Well, I think he can definitely do better against it if he plays against it again. You know, the first time you're going to hit that, you're going to learn a lot about the way your opponent's doing it, even if it's something you practiced before. Everyone executes things slightly differently. You get a certain feel when you're actually playing the games.
You know, one thing to point out is that battlecruisers were just not a thing through the majority of StarCraft 2. So, you know, just like when we saw the Adept was killing every player when Legacy of the Void first came out, we had a similar problem where players just weren't used to shades. People weren't used to the way that unit moved, and I think we're seeing Zergs kind of have the same struggle here as they try to fight battlecruisers, right? This was just not a thing not too long ago.
Yeah,
so it's like
you eventually get used to everything.
Right.
Like things will normalize. Of course, we'll see what level it normalizes at as Zergs get better and better at finding ways to punish or counter it.
now, Starport is nearing completion. Zerg is still going to drone up. I guess when you see this tech, this is among the slower early games you can have here out of all the matchups we have.
A Liberator.
Oh, wow. Now, is this going to be a Liberator into battlecruisers later? Or is actually going to be SpeCiaL just trying a different play style?
It could be.
Maybe SpeCiAL saying, you know, this might be the trendy thing to do, but I can beat Zergs the other way. He's been doing it for most of his career.
Start Stim. Maybe no BCs this game.
Wow.
So BCs so far today have won 2 games and lost 3 games. 2 and 3. That's a losing record. Okay, third CC coming up. So yeah, it looks like a pretty normal build overall from SpeCiAL. So you should be adding some eBays coming up and getting into that bigger macro game.
So the Hellions are going to come out now. Some of this might look like the BC game here. I mean, there's a high chance that RagnaroK is still expecting this to come, and then when a different style comes out, he just doesn't even know what to do. Even with the Hellions coming in here, that was all par for the course in the other games we saw.
He's roasting quite a few Lings, but good micro here overall by RagnaroK. Really keeps a lot of this busy, gets those hits off with Queens. Couple
nice shot there on those 2 drones.
See how many he ends up killing. Oof. 8.
Oh my God, you know, it's the last few shots right at the end. That's a lot of times where we see that damage stack.
Yeah.
That's why so many times you'll see players hold off this, and, you know, even though the Hellions are there for a little while and nothing to happen, but sometimes they get 2 or 3 extra shots off and all those damaged drones get roasted.
Okay. Layers on the way. Those 2 eBays are up and upgrading. SpeCiaL luckily does save this Liberator. Going to send it home as if it were a BC to get repaired.
That's right. I think that this needs tactical jump. BCs
every
need
unit having
tactical jump kept there, and then they need liberation zones they can put under them. Only like a couple of them. More drones for the Zerg. And Stim is finishing. Now, is the army for RagnaroK going to be too flimsy here?
Well, I don't think so. Like I mean, SpeCiaL can put on some pressure for sure, but I don't expect him to do massive damage or something here. You know, he's doing a later game build, right? 3rd CC and the 2 eBays. Like normally your real attack timing will be on 2-2. We'll see what he chooses to do. I feel like he does need to get out and maybe push a little bit of creep spread back with some bio. He does have the Liberator out and in position.
Here comes that army now. Look at this very new and novel non-battlecruiser play here, Artosis.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
What is this?
Marines and tanks?
I guess the Marines can cover the tanks in siege mode. And
yeah,
oh, I guess Stim is good when you attack.
It's probably a temporary meta.
Even though it does a little bit of damage to the Marines, I guess it's going to do more damage to the other army.
Okay, look at this. I like that he's put the Liberator up there into the main base, but I think that RagnaroK played this very smart. Siege tank pushes are popular here because you can siege and push down into the 3rd pretty well, but he's pushed so much creep up here. Baneling speed is not done yet, though, so it makes the actual engagement a little bit tough. He's making a ton of lings. The Queen's tanking a lot of damage and buying him time, which is very important, because he does need that time to get ready.
Okay, this Queen's going to take this Liberator out. The push continues on. 1-1's going to be done here. Combat shields as well.
Yeah, 1-1 for Zerg, not quite done, so this could be a very tough thing to attack up into. Oh, a Widowmine coming up as well. That
this is great. Big. Now, these Lings are going to try to get the reinforcements here, but I think that Terran has control of the ramp that gives access to the 4th base here for RagnaroK.
Yeah.
Counterattack coming in here is going to force SpeCiaL to be on 2 bases for the time being and use his Marines and Widowmine to defend, but the 4th base for Zerg is going to go down.
Yeah, well, he's trying to get in here to save it, actually. We'll see if he's able to. It doesn't seem like it's a real possibility, because he does have so many Lings counterattacking right now. I think that counterattack is just about done, too. Look at that. He's trying to lure him in. It's so funny.
Okay, Hatch goes down. Terran could salvage the 3rd base. Oh, those are some good Widowmine hits. I think that's the end of that rush.
Yeah.
Now Zerg is going to try to expand in the opposite direction of where this push is. He's going to take the base adjacent to the main, but Terran has a pretty good foothold out here. Now, I don't know if Terran, if they stay there for too long, they're going to overextend, but if he can get the rest of his army over there, maybe Terran could even push in and hit that 3rd base in the center right.
Yeah, he would need a lot more units down there right now, and as the mutas come over and the fact that there's already been some circling harassment, I think that push is pretty over. We'll see if he lets it sit there, because like eventually, if you leave it too long, Zerg will just clear it right out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, ho, ho!
Well, that was a sick rally, wasn't it?
That is very fortunate
yeah.
for the Terran.
2-2 a little bit behind what SpeCiaL has here. Drilling Claws on the way as well.
Right now, Zerg has got to set up to try to pick a fight.
Oh.
But these Widowmine hits keep connecting, and bruised and battered Zerg units are out on the map. But oh my God,
gosh, everything going well.
Whenever you see this unit comp from Zerg guys, you want to watch how many Banelings are there and what they connect on. Because if they don't connect on anything, the Terran wins the fight.
Right now, as far as the army supplies go, RagnaroK has a lot of Lings and a lot of Banes, but are they going to be able to actually get a good fight? Some nice counter harassment for sure, but his 4th base is under attack right now.
Yeah. Well, thing is, too, again, Terran has the power to actually come through here and kill his opponent. Zerg should be able to kill workers and harass, but Juanito not exactly watching here. Good pickups.
The Baneling's not able to get down here to connect.
Oh my God.
A lot of SCVs go down, though.
SpeCiaL actually lose. Oh! This is so close! Ooh. Okay, again, the Banelings are not quite connecting.
Yeah, he kills some of the bio, though. He is reducing its numbers at least.
This hatchery is at like 1 HP, by the way.
Oh, I think he's actually going to clear it now.
Oh my God.
Baneling's running into the siege tanks, but that's fine. Plenty of mutas here. Oh, more reinforcements come up.
Are there more Banelings? Only 2 are making that hatchery. If it gets shot at all, it dies. Right now, RagnaroK needs to hold this off, but there's a much, much higher chance he loses this game. If RagnaroK can continue to hold though in mind and build up, I don't see any reason why he couldn't get a big enough army to eventually come back here, especially with the low number of workers that are over there in that bottom left location.
Oh yeah, the economy of RagnaroK is way better right now. 70+ drones. He does have his 2-2, making a lot of Lings and Banes right now and continuing the counter harassment. The Mutas are actually flying across the map. SpeCiaL going for another attack, keeping that pressure on.
And there's really not very much to defend here. One turret, all these SCVs going to try to repair that. Meanwhile, the attack is going to come here at the north.
Oh, that hatchery is so low at this point.
Oh, the one marauder shot.
Oh, actually triggering that one mine beautifully.
Okay, hatch goes down. But as that hatchery finishes, drones are transferred to the other base down here. The real story, though, might be how many SCVs are killed off here by RagnaroK, which has basically curbed the progress of SpeCiaL having an army big enough to end this game.
Okay, SpeCiaL backs up out of that fourth base area. There's always a new fourth popping up here with RagnaroK. He's doing a great job of keeping this going. He's still on this layer tech, though. You've got to watch out for that. Sometimes this can go wrong over time.
Oh, man, these Widow Mines are getting the connections from heaven, Artosis.
From hell, Tesis.
That's right. Another push comes down here. Is Zerg ready? Okay, there's certainly a lot of Banelings, but Terran might have time to try to assemble a good position to try to hold this off. There are units here ready for the counterattack.
Gosh. So many counters onto that third base. We'll see how much damage he gets done during all of this. Going after that bunker. That is buying him a lot of time here, actually, to defend it. Ooh, some good Baneling connections. SpeCial's army looking a lot weaker than when it started. Actually, goes ahead and even kills the Thor here, cleans up all the SCVs. The amount of SCVs killed this game is gigantic.
Yeah, and SpeCial's been constantly remaking them.
Oh.
But you know what? I think that RagnaroK actually did it.
He might. Yeah, that third CC going down is not good news ever.
That harass was just too good. And there's just too many Banelings out here. This army is never going to be able to actually fight this. Banelings can travel all the way across the map and pick this off.
And look at that, he's going to get all the medevacs as well. GG. RagnaroK.
Damn, RagnaroK gets out first in a group with SpeCiaL, TY, and SOS.
Hard work pays off over time, Tesis. RagnaroK has been grinding away, really practicing hard, and here he is winning his group. The season of upsets continues.
Times are a-changin'.
Yeah.
We're going to have
He played really well. He played really well.
We're going to get an interview with RagnaroK now and see how he's feeling. I can't imagine how happy he is. He gets out first, and he gets the second to last slot that's open in the round of 16, leaving TY, SOS, and SpeCiaL to duke it out for that one final spot for survival.
4 Zergs now in that next round.
That's right.
People thought it was only going to be 3.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
Absolutely.
네, 7번 도전 만에 드디어
After 7 tries, first round of 16.
라그나로크 신이범
RagnaroK,
선수 바로 만나보겠습니다.
Ibom Shin,
축하드립니다.
congratulations.
와, 정말 축하드립니다. 생애 첫 GSL
It's
16강인데요.
going to be your first round of 16 in GSL. How does this feel?
그 슈퍼 토너먼트가 있었을 때
When
제가
I was in
너무
Super Tournament,
못해가지고
I didn't play so well.
그 전에는 자신감이 엄청
Yeah,
많았거든요.
I was actually super confident before going into Super
네.
Tournament and also the GSL.
그 지고 나서 자신감이 엄청
But after
떨어졌어요.
that big
네.
loss, my confidence level really went down, and then I couldn't really play the game well because I lost that confidence level. It was not the same as before.
일주일 전부터
But
제 마음
starting from a week before,
엄청 열심히 했어요.
I
손목이
grabbed
너무
myself.
아파가지고 뛸 정도로 열심히 했기 때문에
I practiced
네.
really hard.
성과가 나온
Of course,
것 같아요.
my wrist hurts
사실 1위뿐만 아니라
a little
오늘
bit, but I think
진짜전도
having a lot of
GSL에서
practice
처음 가봤었던
showed on the
거예요.
stage today.
이 정도면 굉장히 흥분될 것 같은데 그러지 않으셨어요?
But even the winners match,
첫 번째 경기
were you not nervous at all? It's not
세트를 지고
too
나서
common for you.
네.
너무 허무하게 지고 긴장도 좀 했어요. 첫
After
세트라서.
losing the first set,
그래가지고
I was really nervous. It was also the first one,
생각했거든요.
네.
and I actually thought maybe it's not possible for me to move on.
김준호 선수가
and win.
저한테도 했던 말이 있어요.
네.
너는 운영 잘하니까 그냥 운영만 해라. 운영 올인 치지 말아라. 해가지고
네.
세트에 그냥
And also,
지더라도 운영을
Other player
하겠다는
also
생각으로
always helped
했더니
me that
좀
you're really good at
긴장도 안
macro,
하고
Don't be nervous. Just continue with your macro, and you can actually win. And those kind of advices helped me a lot to get the win at the last moments of the game.
보고도 졌기 때문에
Even after,
이제 또 신이범 선수의 나라 이름 표정 나오겠구나.
even after all those Terrans are trying all the battlecruiser builds,
이렇게 극복하는 모습, 이런
you have
멘탈 관리
overcome all
능력에서도 조금 차이가
those
있나요?
Terrans.
원래
Were there
저는
any
멘탈이 그렇게
differences
나쁜 편이 아니에요. 근데 이제
아니에요?
in your own play today?
아니에요?
My
근데
mental
이제
state is
이삭
always
형이랑 할
really good.
때는
네.
Really?
그때는
Seriously?
제가 너무 싫었어요. 그냥
네.
제 경기력이 너무 싫었어요.
For the first few
그래가지고
games,
그랬던 거였고 첫 번째
the games
경기는
before,
지긴 했지만 그래도
I actually had a really tough
기회가
time at
있잖아요.
my
그래가지고
performance.
이제 멘탈 다 잡았죠.
오늘은
But of course, I
나라
loved the
이름
first
표정이
game.
아니라
But the
정말
later
그
games, I
활짝
grabbed
웃는
myself
표정을
again.
저희가
I
볼 수가
collected
있었는데요.
myself in thoughts,
자, 오늘 테란전
and then I brought
실력을
it back.
정말 유감없이 뽐냈습니다. 오늘 테란들이 정말 전투 순양함을 적극적으로 쓰더라고요.
All the
저희가
Terrans
경기를
against you, they were using the
봤지만
battlecruisers
그래도
against you so
흡수하기가
well.
어려워요. 이런
And
전투
it's really hard
순양함을
to-
적극적으로 쓰는 이런 테란을 상대로 이기는 법.
It's really hard to
이기는 법 좀
beat them.
알려주세요, 선생님.
Tell me how to beat those Terrans.
일단 전투 순양함 요새 갑자기
As a
또
Zerg.
엄청 많이 나오더라고요.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more Zerg.
판 나올 정도로
Like
네.
out of 10,
이게 막
like 6,
지금
7,
유행인 것 같은데
8 games are battlecruisers from
그냥
Terrans.
정말 잘 맞고 잘 일벌레 누르고
Yeah,
해야
just-
되는데 그게
네.
생각보다 힘들어요. 왜냐면
Just as long as you collect all the
네.
larvae and make
이건
something,
테란 컨트롤에 따라 다른 거지.
it
저그가
depends on the Terran, not
잘한다고 해서 엄청 잘 맞거나
what
하는
Zerg
거는
actually does.
그러면은
Like, even if you're really good,
저희는 못하는 건가요?
you can't really do too
그
much.
대신에
Depends on what Terran
테란도
does.
네.
아니기 때문에
네.
But
그 점을
Terrans are
노려서
also not
좀
perfect,
잘하시면 될것 같아요.
so if you you can kind of
자,
snipe
이렇게
the
오늘
battlecruiser
멋진
if you
테란전,
have the
정말
chance.
완성도 높은 테란전을 보여주시면서 생애 첫
Hope you Zergs are
10위까지
taking
올라가게
notes.
됐습니다.
Yeah.
Your ZVT
I like his
first round of 16. And it's also your first
드디어
group nominations.
이렇게 몰랐던 그런 신이범 선수의 매력도 알 수 있는 기회가 될까
And
기대가
RagnaroK,
되는데
maybe we'll get to
어떤
hear a
스타일이세요?
little more
뭔가
from you.
적극적으로 원하는 걸 쟁취하는
Are you going to
스타일이세요?
take things away?
전 가만히 있는 스타일인데
And I just sit
네.
down on the
제가
chair. I just stay
적극적으로 해도
put.
이번에는 애초에 제가 친한 프로게이머 별로 없기도 하고
And I don't really have too many
그리고
pro gamer friends.
제가 제일 못한다고 생각해요. 제가
And I think I'm
그래가지고
not the best
그
player
선수들이
up there.
잘 뽑을 것 같은데
And I think
제가 적극적으로 해도 그
네.
사람들이 뽑을
the
것
other
같기
ones are
때문에
going to be the one
그냥
choosing me
가만히
instead.
있어요.
And I will just stay
받아들이겠다.
put and
알겠습니다.
take what's
자,
given.
희범 선수 많은 팬분들에게는 희범 선생님이기도 한데요. 마지막으로
And RagnaroK,
팬들에게
you're a
첫
teacher
말씀
to a lot
들려주시죠.
of fans out there. Your
일단
final words.
제가 정말 그 방송을 처음에 시작할
When I
때는
first started streaming,
프로게이머로서의 삶보다는 좀 스트리머 쪽으로 좀 가고
And
싶다고 생각을
rather
했거든요.
than going
근데 계속
as a pro gamer, I
하다
actually
보니까-
wanted to become a streamer
하다
for some
보니까
time.
이게 계속 욕심이
But as I
생겨가지고
played
한
more
3달
games, I
전부터 엄청 열심히 했어요. 방송도
became
안
greedy a
하고.
little. I
네.
wanted to
근데
get
그
more
성과가
more
나와가지고
achievements,
너무
more
기분
results.
좋고.
And having this kind of
그래도
results,
이번 올라갔지만
of course, feels really
경기력을 계속
feels really great.
해가지고 좋았다고 생각하지
But
않아요.
of course, I
그래가지고
am
다음에는
moving up to the
초반에도
round of 16. But still, the
유리하게
results
갈 수
and the
있도록 열심히
if you look into
노력할
the games, it
거고,
wasn't perfect. I started
항상 봐주시는
off the game
팬분들과
losing, and I came back
유튜브도
later
계속
on.
봐주시는 그
And also all the
팬분들에게
fans
감사드리면서
watching on the YouTube channel,
네, 다시
watching my
한번
YouTube
진짜
channel. I want to
축하드립니다.
thank all my fans out there.
네, 이렇게 생애 첫
And I want to thank G-Clap for that excellent translation. Thank you. Wow. RagnaroK gets out first.
Yeah,
Color
he
me
sure
surprised. I cannot believe
does. He played really well.
out of all the players, and then, a SpeCiaL doing as well as he did.
It's time for new Zergs to rise
Yeah.
up, Tasteless, and he's one of them.
Absolutely. Congratulations to him.
I'm excited to see how he does. He played very well. That was very solid. I felt like I was watching like a SpeCial or something. Just very
Yeah.
good mechanical play, great unit movements and
Very
stuff.
patient, too. I mean,
Yeah.
he basically outlasted the players that he was up against. We're going to go to a break. We come back, we'll eliminate one of our players. Don't go away.